Are y'all ready to shoot some ball? I am here at Fort Knox Paintball, and I am in the middle of one of their 15 courses. And today I'm going to learn more about this establishment, learn the technique and strategy of paintballing, and guess what? Paintball for the first time. And you're invited. Let's do it.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Joining me now are Dave and Justin, co-owners here at Fort Knox Paintball. Hello.
Hello,
how you guys
Jessica.
doing?
How's it going?
Good. Okay, so this place is pretty awesome. Who knew that such a gym was here in Indiana? And you all sit about 2 hours outside of Fort Wayne area. And tell me a little bit of history. You both built it. This is a father-son duo. So how long have you been around, and what was the vision?
We've been around for 20 years. We're going on our 20th year. And I was 21 years old 20 years ago. And me and my father were like, let's do a business together. We had the property in the family. So we did our homework. He has a construction engineer degree. And that's where it all started. And every year we'd build a new field. And 20 years later, we have Fort Knox Paintball.
That's awesome. And so you have 15 different courses or layouts in this whole establishment. I know you are a builder. That is so exciting. So kind of give me the vision behind how you collaborated each of the different fields to make it an entire complex.
Well, Jessica, my first vision was to get him a job. And so we thought this would be a good idea to build something. We didn't know if we wanted what we wanted to do. We thought about a campground, but then he come to me and says, why don't we do a paintball field? I said, nobody's gonna come to Winamac, Indiana. Can't do that. But then we thought about it and we decided if we build the best paintball field around, people will come. So we started off with a vision of developing this into a first-class paintball field, state-of-the-art, and just take it one step at a time.
I love that.
Every year we would try to pick a field that we wanted to buy or build, and we would go into it and say, how can we make this the most realistic field, the most live, that people will actually want to come and play.
Yeah.
And that was a long thought process. Once we had an idea, which came from both of us, we would sit down and put it on paper, design it, and then go ahead and build it.
Yeah.
And a lot of our decisions were based on what materials are available.
So talking about the different materials, tell me, what is the field made out of? What do you use to make the obstacle courses?
Yeah, so we, like the West Town, the town of Deadwood, we used a lot of old tin sheeting that came off the job sites. We have the POW camp. Those are a lot of railroad ties that we picked up, made that field. And then the large part of Fort Knox Paintball is the storage containers. So that was a big game changer going forward. We literally purchased over 100 storage containers, and we used them like building blocks.
Yeah.
We would take them and be like, hey, what can we make out of these? And we'd get together, come up with creative ideas. And that was the turning point for us, where we kind of got ahead and, became Fort Knox what it is today.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And you can see, as an example, there's a storage container right there.
Yeah.
We are the only paintball field that we know of in the world that supports their netting by storage containers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of the unique things that we come up with and did. And you're going to see a lot of that today.
Yes, and I know that you have 15 different fields, and so are they themed a different way? Like, what's that experience like?
Yeah, so like what we try to do here, we don't just put out a bunch of stuff and you play around it. We try to do a theme for each field. So we'll come up with like a crazy theme, like an idea. Like our most recent is the Sears Tower rooftop. So we took a model of the top of the Sears Tower and we built that. And then we have 4 city buses around it, along with cars, and people play in and out of the buses, and they go on the rooftop and stuff. So like, yeah, we try to do a theme. Another popular one is Interstate 85. We have like 80 cars piled up like a zombie apocalypse. You know, you have a median, you have 2 3-lane highway roads. You got a 48-foot highway sign going over one of the roads, and it's all about making the player feel like they're in a different area, not just playing out in the woods. We try to take paintball to another level for the player to experience, you know, to have fun and have a good time.
Yeah, and so let's talk about how different people can utilize this field. I mean, I'm sure they come in groups, probably corporate events. Like, what do you see mostly when it comes to the type of patrons that come?
Well, we get all kinds of groups, whether it's a birthday party, a girls softball team wanting to go out and play, a wrestling team from Winamac that come down, Culver, they come down with all their college kids and play. Purdue comes down with all their college friends and play. So it's corporate parties. You get several corporate parties, firemen.
Birthday parties, bachelor parties, fundraisers.
Or just to come out with the family and just say, hey, let's get together and go to Fort Knox Paintball.
Yeah.
We even have like the fire department and police. They come out and they train. They do dog training out on the fields. They do drone training. I mean, there's a lot of great, you know, uses that, you know, Fort Knox Paintball, not only paintball, but that's another way of, you know, having use of the field.
Yeah, and so what's the age range for someone to paintball?
The minimum age is 10 years old.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't recommend every 10-year-old playing, but, you know, you could play if you're 10. The good spot in age is probably like 13. That's usually a good range that I recommend, but they can be 10.
Okay. And then when people are getting prepared to come out to participate, what advice do you have as far as how they should prepare safety-wise, what they should wear and things like that?
Yeah, when they come out and play, because they don't know, they have no idea. It's real simple, long sleeve, you know, shirt, jeans or sweatpants. Backwards hat is always good. You don't want to show up in shorts or sandals.
Yeah.
It does sting a little bit, but you know, it's not that bad. We do chronograph the guns, make sure they're shooting under a specific limit. So even with the little kids, like the 10-year-old birthday parties, we can turn the guns down if they request it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's common sense, and we get, I would say 90% of our business are beginners that they have no idea.
Right.
You know, when they arrive, they watch a 5-minute video, it goes over all the rules, and then the referees will go over the rules again with them. It's a real, people think, you know, paintball is, a bunch of tough guys. You don't have to be a tough guy to play paintball. Anyone can play paintball.
Yeah. And so with you all celebrating 20 years, Dave, how does that make you feel? Like how do you feel in this 20th year having built this and accomplished so much?
Well, looking back, you know, when we first opened, I never thought we would get to this level. And now that I'm 20 years later and a lot older, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
He's taught me everything I know. Like, I am so fortunate to have him as my father. You know, like my work ethic, he's taught me that, you know, never give up, always work hard. It'll eventually pay off. It doesn't pay off right away, but it eventually will. You know, be positive, you know.
We never stopped.
Yeah.
We had that vision early on, and our vision was to have the best paintball field, not only around, but around.
Yeah, that is great.
And we never left down our vision, and it's coming true.
Yeah.
It's all coming true.
It took 20 years, but yeah, we did it.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
All right, well, it's time to get suited and booted and learn how to do some paintballing. Here we go.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on Wayne 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on Wayne 15 and catch past episodes on wayne.com.
Joining me now is Justin Stankwitz, who is a referee here, and you have quite the paintball experience.
Yes, I do.
So 20 years altogether, but 16 years here at Fort Knox. And so tell me a little bit about your job. Like, what is a referee for this?
So part of my job is introducing people when they come in here, meeting them, getting them where they need to go. We have different setups depending if you come as a private group or if you come as a walk-on. So we get you set up in your area, make sure your group finds each other, and then we get you going. And my job is to make sure the refs are doing their job and make sure that we have the safety on the field and everybody's following the rules. So you have a good time, but you go home safe. That's the key.
Yes.
We want to make sure the best experience you can, but leave here safe the same way that you came in. Maybe a little different colors on you, but that's about it.
A little colorful, but safe for sure. Okay, and so you're going to teach me how to play paintball, number one. Go over some of the safety. I know you're like, you haven't played paintball? Go over some of the safety mechanisms and just do strategy, and then we're gonna get out there and shoot some balls.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where do we start? When someone comes, how do they get started?
So what we'll do is we'll point them into the direction of the video room. Then we'll get their waivers filled out. Once they get those two down, we'll check them in, get their wristbands, their bag of paint, and then we'll get them over to the rental window. After the rental window, we'll go to their staging area. If they've never done it before, we'll teach them how to fill up their air, fill up their paint, and then we'll go test the guns. That way they get a feel of it, get to shoot it, and make sure it's shooting safely for everybody to play.
All right, let's get started.
Alrighty.
So we'll head over to...
This is the rental window here.
Hello.
What we do here is we usually just put down the person's name right there, and then we'll get you your rental equipment and your bag of paint.
Okay, wonderful.
And then if somebody wants, we can definitely give them a chest protector on that end of it. And then our walk-ons usually start in these two staging areas over here, so we kind of walk over here.
Okay, so we got our gear. What's first?
All right, so I'm gonna teach you how to load the gun. If you wanna hold the gun like that, you pop this open.
Oh.
You only tear a small corner in the bag, and then you kind of put it in. You don't want the paintballs to hit the ground. Once they hit the ground, they get moisture on them, dirt, they'll jam the gun. So you don't want them to hit the ground. Then we fill that up.
Can I touch it?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, it's like little marbles, little jawbreakers, but don't eat it.
No, it's disgusting. It's definitely disgusting. So then you want to snap that.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk up, we're gonna fill up with air,
Okay.
and then we'll test your gun in the chronograph. All right, so what we're gonna do here, they're quick disconnects. And there's a fill nipple on this. So we're gonna bring it a little bit closer, make sure it latches, give it a tug, and then we take this and press down to fill up the 3000.
Oh.
Only ever use the blue one with the rental guns. Once you fill it up, you can hold it, it will not go above that.
Okay.
Let go of it, and then you pull the snap off.
All right, awesome.
And then it's time to chrono. All right, before we walk into this netted area, you'll see everywhere on the sign, the fields say goggles on. Your goggles must be on before you go in, and before you come off, they stay on until you're out here. Barrel sock at the end of your gun, always on, unless you're actually playing.
Okay.
So we'll put the mask on, and we'll walk straight in. So we always test our gun to make sure they're shooting properly. So what we do here is I'm gonna teach you how to work the gun. So there's a button on the back of the hopper. On the upgraded ones, you'll hit that to turn the hopper on.
Okay.
Then we'll pull the barrel sock off,
and just let it hang so we don't lose it.
Oh,
And then turn the safety off right here, and you'll see red means fire.
okay. Where's the red?
It's that little red ring.
Oh, yes, okay.
Right around it. You push it, you can't pull the trigger.
Can't.
You pull it, and then you can pull the trigger.
Okay,
Then we'll put the tip of your barrel right there.
like this?
Yep, and we'll pull the trigger one time.
One time, just anywhere?
Yep. Pull it again. Pull it again. All right, so we tested your gun. It works perfectly. We'll put the safety back on, the barrel sock back on.
So is this like for practicing?
So people can come in here and practice, but this
Yeah.
is where we test all our guns.
Oh, can I do a couple of practice shots?
Yes. Now the best way to hold the gun, I teach people, if I could take it for a second, is are you right-handed?
Yes.
Put your left-handed on the foregrip up here, right hand back here, take it, put the tank on your barrel, and look down the side of the gun.
Okay.
So when you're looking down the side, if you hold it down here, you're shooting lower than you think, and if you got to raise, it shoots pretty far. So you try to look exactly where you're shooting by down the side of the barrel.
Okay.
Nice
Hey.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Good job.
Woohoo.
All right, we're gonna.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Okay, so we're out at one of the battlefields. What is this one called?
Orion.
Orion. Okay, so many levels, very industrial looking, which is really fun. Talk to me about the strategy. How do we strategically play?
So on this field, the higher ground gets the advantage. So you want to get up in the higher ground on it. The one thing that you want to remember is what I tell a lot of people is to use your corners of the fields as an advantage. That way somebody can't sneak up on that one. So always keep your gun pointed forward wherever you're trying to move, but keep your head rotating. So you're kind of watching to make sure your teammates are not out, somebody's not coming around the left side of you. And then when you get up in the building, slowly walk through the doorways. That way there's not somebody on the other side of the doorway. You scare each other and shoot each other really close. So,
okay.
and use anything that you can to an advantage, and only try showing portions of your body. Not if you're, here we go. If he's a bunker, you don't want to step all the way out like this. You kind of want to line up and then use your hips to rotate. That way you're only showing part of your mask and your gun
Okay.
instead of stepping all the way out. Because a lot of people will step all the way out before, their foot steps out before their body steps out, and you're shooting, your enemy's shooting you already.
Yes. All right. Let's do it. You're going down.
Game's gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, I'm gonna move forward. When they stop firing, pop up, and I'm gonna move up, okay?
Okay.
Ready when I say 3, 2, 1, go.
Let them out.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the show. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. While you're out, give a little smile, give a little wave, share a little light and love today, and check out Fort Knox Paintball. See you tomorrow.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15.